What is going on, good people? We're here for the Mars Men, Moon Men live draft. If people don't know what that is, it's a big, huge follower league on the channel where the followers get to jump into a draft with your boy. I'm in one of the leagues. I'm in the Mars Men League. The Moon Men League, there's 24 of us, 12 in each league, and the loser drops down to the Moon Men League each year. The winner of the Moon Men climbs into the Mars Men and infiltrates, and here we go. Appreciate you all being in here, and I am about to kick off the draft here in just 1 second. File on in. We got a super chat already. I'm gonna get to that 1 second. LBM, appreciate you. Hang tight because we're in the middle of this. I will definitely attack your question at the first opportunity I can. Let's see here. Let me throw the two drafts up. Here are the two drafts. The bottom one is the Moon Men. The top one is the Mars Men. Looks like we don't have everybody present right now. Hopefully, Ron Navy hasn't checked in a while. I don't think he's joined the Moon Men Mars Men chat. And so I'm trying to get a hold of Ron, make sure, because he may have not seen all the announcements on the shows. So wait a second. I think if B-Men's watching, we'll kick it off here in about 2 minutes. Let's just wait 2 minutes. We'll start it in 2 minutes, and then we've got your boy Smitty picking from the 8 pick in the Mars Man League. So hang tight for me. Let's wait about 2 minutes for Ron Navy. Make sure Ron Navy is good to go. Let me even give him a ring here on Instagram and just let him know. Let's see if he answers. Hey, Ron, you've got a Moon Men draft. What are you doing? Cooking steaks right now. Ron, this is Smitty. We're live on the show right now. I just want to remind you about the Moon Men draft. You're in the 12th spot. We're kicking it off in 1 minute. Time to wake up, sunshine. You're live, by the way. You were sleeping? Yeah. Rise and shine. All right. We'll wait 2 minutes. You know how to get into the sleeper app and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleeper.
Okay. All right. We'll see you there, Ron. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
He's sleeping. He's marinating some steaks. He forgot that he was, going to be up here in a second. He's in the 12th spot, thank God. So I think that's good. All right, let me answer these super chats real quick, and then get ready, B-Men. We'll launch it in just a second. Let's see if we can get Ron with the green light. I don't want to time out on anybody. Smitty, longtime fan here of the show. 2 QB Dynasty, full PPR, 3 flex, start up, draft 1.3. Is it dumb to go CD or Hill over Mahomes? Yes, a very, very ridiculous move. You have to take Mahomes, Hurts, or Josh Allen. They're the 1, 2, and 3. And then get back to non-QB drafting. In my opinion, go Cousins and Penix Jr. later as your QB2. Throw a little Fields in there if you're feeling a little frisky. But 100% ridiculous to pass on one of those big quarterbacks. You can get a St. Brown or a MHJ later. You'll be fine. Yo, call up Ron Navy. I don't see him. Thank you, Overcome. Appreciate you. Great minds think alike. I didn't even see that until right now. So smash. Good luck, y'all, says Superfish. Appreciate these super chats rolling in. All right, Moon Man, the annual Moon Man Mars Man draft. This year I'm doing it side by side. I admit some people didn't love the idea of the side by side, but the viewer's gonna love it. It's not about us drafting, it is, but it's also about the viewer and the viewer seeing a draft side by side where we've got these two leagues colliding, where the loser of the Moon Men drops down to this league and the winner of this league goes up here, and just we have an infiltration over time. It's going to be fun to watch both the strategies unfold at the exact same time. All right, so I think Ron Navy's in. We got a green light. B-Men, go ahead and open up the app, young man. And if I go into the Mars Men draft, join draft now, I'm going to click start league draft in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And B-Man, can you change the clock to 1 minute? I don't think we can do, or 2 minutes is a long time. I'll end up, well, hopefully we don't have anybody exhausting it, but I don't think I'll be able to stay alive long enough if we do 2 minutes per pick. I might pause the draft here. Pause the draft. I'm pausing the draft and going to the draft settings. I'm going to change it to 1 minute. 60 seconds. B-Man, I don't know if you want to do the same. I'm not. I'm definitely doing 1 minute. Okay. Here we go. Look at B-Man. B-Man's the best, one of the best commissioners I've ever seen. This guy rolls with the punches. He rolls with anything. Absolute monster. B-Man.
Mashed potatoes. Yep.
What a dog. What a straight up dog. Look how quick he is with that. See you soon. You're going to time out, pal. He's timing out. He's online. I've seen worse. See you soon. Make sure you go to your queue and uncheck the auto draft because you're on auto draft, bro. You're gonna fly. You're gonna keep flying through auto draft the entire draft if you don't fix that. All right. So bottom draft: CMC, Tyreek Hill, Lamb, and the top one: Lamb, McCaffrey, and then Travis is on the clock. Hall, B-Rob. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm in the 8 spot. Jamar Chase going to Juicy in the 1.6. I forget who Juicy is. I don't know why you guys have these different names every time. I don't know who's who. See you soon. What are you doing? You got a green light. You're still on auto. You want to switch that over. Travis. B-Rob. Or Bijan. Rockout's on the clock with 53 seconds. Rockout's good. Sir Charles is on the clock. The Moon Men have it under control. They're flying through their draft. The Mars Men are a little bit on the struggle bus, which is all because of See You Soon, who fell asleep at the wheel. He's greenlit. We know he's there, but he's on auto. He's on auto. He autoed on Christian McCaffrey. He's sitting there with the green light on, and he's on auto. What are we doing? What are we doing back there? I don't know if I can open the phone lines yet. Let me make sure I get in a rhythm here. Especially can't do it right before we approach my pick. Terry Roberts goes Breece Hall. Can I urge everybody not to do some wild reaching and make this a weird experience? Part of why I did these drafts side by side too, though, was to eliminate some of the reaching, because I think knowing that you're being watched by the entire community is one thing, but knowing you're being watched by the entire community while the other community is also drafting, while you're watching the other community, makes it hard to do a little reachy poo, because you know everyone's going to be watching and they're going to see it. Okay, so Gibbs going at the 1.6. First, but I don't mind it because I love him. But first reach, should we say, of the draft, maybe. Jamar Chase and JJ both there is a really tough thing for me to pass on. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Jamar Chase. St. Brown. AJ Brown. Damn. I guess I'm going to roll. Last year I got struck with injuries. Last year I took Kelsey, got hurt. I'm gonna roll with Amon-Ra. Why not, right? Why not?
Legend has it, if you say St. Brown 3 times in the dark in the bathroom, you will immediately lose your league.
You can't go wrong with St. Brown. Mad Dog, appreciate your super chat, my guy. Again, thank you. Mad Dog dropping this one right here. PPR. 14 team auction, 3 wide receivers, PPR Cousins, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, Walker, Sharp, Stevenson, Ferguson, Flex, Pollard. 3 wide receivers. I mean, it's good. It's good. It's a good team. Amon-Ra, Keenan. I'm not a Keenan Allen fan. I love Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra. If you got Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra, you got Keenan, that's good. You're fine. That's really, really solid. JJ, that's a nice pick. I like the squad. Okay, I don't know if you're asking me a question in terms of like what to do or something. I mean, I try and get rid of Keenan Allen personally. Remind me, we'll circle back. Would you even consider Addison in Dynasty startup? Yeah, I would consider him. I just depends on where. All right. Thank you for the super chat. St. Brown, Puka Nacua going to this 7 spot. Garrett Wilson. This is getting intense here. Quite intense. Mark Cleveland with the back-to-back 12 and 13 pick here. I almost wish I had the 12 pick or the 1 pick in this particular draft, but we'll see what happens here. We'll see how the board falls. Love me some Amon-Ra, St. Brown. I don't hate the pick at all. But I kind of wish I was at the end of the draft. All right, let's see what happens. Amazing how far JJ falls. I admit, I almost took him just to say, you know what? I don't have a lot of JJ. Look at Mark Cleveland going to Puka Nacua, Derrick Henry. He says, don't you dare. He says, don't you dare doubt Derrick Henry. I'm taking Derrick Henry with Puka Nacua, and I'm doing it live. All right, so I got Barkley or MHJ or, of course, Achane. You can't get anything past this community. The Achane wasn't going to fall. St. Brown, Barkley, MHJ. It's a tough call for me. It's definitely between Barkley, Taylor, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to go Barkley here. St. Brown and Barkley. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. Really, like in another draft, I would have got Achane in a millisecond. But in this community, it's like, how are you going to get the guy you like? You can't. You can't. You're just getting sniped. You're getting sniped. I got breezed.
Get breached. Get lammed. Get breached.
All right. So, on we go. On we go. The Marsman's catching up a little bit. We're down to the 2.7, but the Moonman's about to wrap around this second round, third round turn. So all right. Ron Navy went Kyron and MHJ. I like that. I'm glad I woke Ron up. he was in a nice little snooze-a-roo. Again, Mad Dog, I didn't give you a lot of time on this, but and appreciate the $10 holler. Sorry, I'm a little preoccupied, so I'm trying to go back and look at the super chat while I have time. And say 14-team auction, 3 wide receiver PPR Cousins, Amon-Ra, Keenan Allen, Kupp, Walker, Sharp, Stevenson. I like the team. I feel like there's in a 14 team it's tough because that is a tougher situation. But I feel like maybe, I don't know, Keenan Allen went a little earlier or something, you know, or it's hard to know. Walker, you could have taken Walker a tad early. Might have had to, I guess, in a 14-teamer. But really good squad. Really good squad in a 14-teamer. But would I say it's like the top 3 or 4 team? I would say you're a move away. You're a move away. I don't know what to recommend that you do other than because I like Amon-Ra. I love Walker. I love Kupp. And Keenan Allen and, you know, maybe Keenan Allen and Stevenson for one better player and go balls to the wall. Maybe that's what I would do. I would explore that avenue. I don't know if you can get anything for that. I don't know what you would get for that, but I would certainly be tempted to to try and figure out a trade like that. Players that come to mind, obviously the Kyron Achan usual suspects, stuff like that. My guy. Thanks again. Appreciate you. All right, let's go. Last Purdue is a reachaholic. He is a reachaholic. What did Last Purdue do? What did he do now? What did he do now? Where is Last Purdue? Gibbs and Allen. Okay, Allen. Gotcha. Yeah, Allen was a little bit of a reacheroo. He does. I would say the biggest reacher here is probably Last Purdue. Okay, see you soon's off auto. That's good. He got turned off auto pick. TMT is in the 1 slot. And he's got McCaffrey, Allen, Laporta at the bottom in the Moonmen. Blackbeard, Hill, Pacheco, Hurts. Orion has Lamb, Henry, Adams. Okay. I like some of these teams. Your boys got Barkley and St. Brown. It's very even, you know, looking at these squads. I don't know who's got the best team yet. It's hard to say. It's a lot of parity, and that's normal. I think that we're going to look at these 1 overall picks as a huge advantage. You know, we're going to be like, hey, 1.1. we do got a little bit of a reach-a-thon going down on the bottom draft. A little bit. Hurts is a little early, or the quarterbacks are going a little early. Laporta is a little early. Debo fell pretty late in that. Look at all the running backs flying off the board and the Marsmen. I'm glad I took an RB. Might have been the way to go. Might have been the way Terry Roberts went. Brees Hall Taylor going RB. Might be the way to go because RBs are going to be gone. They're going to be This is like your old school draft where RB, everybody goes RB's our king. Everybody here is drafting RB. Everyone's saying, no way am I going to let RBs fly off the board. Look at this. Saul, first pick in redraft, CMC or Tyreek. I'm going Tyreek probably or Bijan. Bijan or Tyreek is my pick, Saul. You know that. You know that, my guy. Rockouts got Tyreek Hill, Pacheco, Debo. Very good. Debo fell pretty far in this draft. I don't know why. Kind of wild. Don't you guys think? Like Debo's a second. I mean, I guess with all the running backs flying off, it makes sense. All right, so I'm on deck here in this top draft. J.J. Harrison's really nice. Or not J.J. Jamar Chase and Harrison's really nice. Sick Nasty, I like your start. Gibbs, Josh Allen, and Kelsey's really solid. Last Purdue, I like the way you've started there, but we'll see what you do at wide receiver. Terry Roberts going with the running back. Running back looks pretty good. I love Rockout's team. Hill, Pacheco, Debo. Very, very solid. And you let the board come to him. He didn't reach and get crazy. What do I do here? We've got Adams, no thanks. Ayuk, no thanks. Mike Evans, no thanks. Diggs. You know who I like here pretty easily? Cooper Kupp. St. Brown, Barkley, Cooper Kupp. I'm letting the board come to me. I'm not trying to reach or do anything crazy. This is a good start. This is a good start. This is a real good start. We didn't put this on Instagram. I got to make sure IG knows we're live right now, because I usually let the IG world know. And right now, I don't have that link up, so let me go ahead and grab that and post it. Ron Navy's on the clock in the bottom draft, in the Moonmen draft, and he has Kyron and Harrison. He takes Tank Dell, okay? Which, you know, you could say is a little early, but it's okay because he's got 2 really good guys, but that is a tad early. It's borderline second round. That's definitely Ron Navy style. He says, "Watch me." this top draft, we got Mike Evans after my Cooper Kupp pick. I might have thrown Jack of all trades for a loop there because he took a while to make that pick. He took a long while. Live, Mars, Moon, Men, Draft. Let me post this. All right, I'm going to open the phone lines for just a brief second, but I might do a quick dump on you guys, meaning I, pause. I might take a quick phone call dump on you. That's what we got to call it. Smitty's going to dump. He's going to take a dump. Boom. Flush the toilet and dump the phone line. Because there's no way I can always... Well, actually, with the one... I'm only in one of the drafts, so I should be able to not have to take the phone call dump on you. So phone lines are open if you'd like to call in and discuss what in the hell's going on. Dial in. I probably can't answer a lot of your fantasy questions at this current moment in time, though. You know, if you say, hey, can I give you my team? I can't really do that right now. I'm going to hang up on you. I'm going to take a phone call dump on you. But if you want to call in and ask a simple question, hey, do you like this guy or this guy? Or, hey, Smitty, what do you think of your draft so far? Or, hey, Smitty, how's the weather? Ron Navy taking Tank Dell and Walker. Okay. That's, it's interesting, but it's solid. It's a solid looking team for sure. Jefferson, Gibbs, Devontae Smith, Richardson for the 11 spot down at the bottom on the Moonman draft. Barkley, Taylor, man. Some of these quarterbacks, you guys are taking quarterbacks in the third round like they're I'm on deck here. If you're calling right now, I might not answer because I got to make this pick. Same. So, St. Brown, Barkley, Kupp are my boys. Okay, McBride just went. So I've got, if I wanted to go QB, I could go Lamar here. Man. You guys are swiping up all the QBs, but I think I may... We're fourth round. I'm going to go Neighbors here. I hate him in the 2-3 turn and the top of the 3, but like fourth round pick, I'm fine with it. I almost went DK. I think between DK and Neighbors is close for me. I almost went Devontae Smith, but I don't really want to have Barkley and Devontae Smith in a non-best ball. I don't need that in my life. And while I like to pick players on the same, or on good rosters, on good explosive squads, Neighbors is the one caveat, I guess. You could say Mixon's really early, Mark Cleveland. Woo! Mixon 4.1. The bottom league is the Moon Men. I could put a little label on here. I should probably do that. I'm sorry. So Moon Men. The Moon Men draft is reaching a little bit. Moon Men draft. So this is the Moon Men draft. This is the Mars Men draft. Neighbors over Smith all day, says Fred. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't hate your take, but I just didn't want to grab Barkley and Devontae Smith in a non-super flex. Turf Burners, Sick Nasty, you're on auto. Make sure you go to your queue tab and turn off auto draft. Yes, sir. All right, what do you guys think of these teams so far? Sick Nasty, you're still on auto. You are still on auto, young man. Mark Cleveland with the, let's go from right to left on the top team, the Marsman draft. Mark Cleveland with the Puka Nacua, Derrick Henry, Waddle, Mixon quad. Veda with the JJ London, James Cook early, in my opinion. Ayuk, who you could say is late, so maybe he's got a value in Ayuk and then a non-value, but it washes, so I can understand it. Salty Chopper, who won the Moon Man League last year, that's why he elevated to the Marsman League. Salty comes in, thinking he's like, Joe Montana coming out of college, kind of felt like he was ready to go, and then he gets to the pros, and he's like, what am I doing? No, he doesn't. He says, I'm doing pretty good, Smitty. I got A.J. Brown, Kyron Williams, fantastic. Rashad White, don't hate it, don't love it. Tank Dell, love it. Good squad. So Salty Chopper in the 10 spot. The newbie, the inductee from winning the below league. Our winner, Jack of all trades, in the 9 spot, takes Wilson, Achane, Evans, McBride. It's an interesting combo. Your boy Smitty in the 8 pick, St. Brown, Barkley, Cup, and Neighbors. It's pretty solid. We've got from Sick Nasty's back out of auto. He's got Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison Jr., Laporta, Stroud. It's very good. Last Purdue. Took a break from reaching, and he got Adams, who's typically going higher than that. So that's good value. I don't love Adams, but that's good value. You can't argue. Just like I don't love Neighbors early, I love Neighbors late. Same thing with Adams. So Gibbs, Josh Allen, Kelsey, Adams, pretty darn good. We got almost a timeout here from Travis. Okay, he picked Ramondre. And in non-best ball, Ramondre goes higher than best ball, so it's understandable some of these running backs going off the board. Terry Roberts with Hall, Taylor, Nico, Lamar, and now he's on the clock. He took Andrews. That's pretty good to get the Lamar Andrews stack like that with. That's good. Terry, you got a good team, bro. Sick Nasty's on the clock. I am on deck. It's getting kind of wild in here. I don't know where to take my team from here, to be quite honest with you. Running backs are flying off the board, but they're no longer even like super attractive. I'm gonna go wide receiver again. I'm the biggest running back guy, but you guys are absolutely, I don't want to say all of you are reaching, but there's a lot of reaching and sniping going on, and I just can't do it. I just can't grab players. I'm best player available, and the running back collecting here is unfortunately putting me in a position where I'm taking smashes, but they're all wide receivers, but I got to do it. I got to go hero RB here. There's just no other choice. Otherwise, I'm taking Aaron, no offense, Sick Nasty, but I'm taking Aaron Jones. I don't want to take Aaron Jones. I refuse to take Aaron Jones. So, I'm bobbing and weaving. Travis says I took Ramondre a little early. You did, but I get why. You know, and I might be hurting at running back, but like I think I'm getting smashes at wide receiver. Like these values are crazy good. Pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to do here, though. All right, I got to scroll down a little bit, don't I? All right, we're getting closer to getting on the clock. I just took Rashee Rice. Kyler, nice pick. I was very much contemplating Kyler. What did Ron do? Ron's got MHJ. Didn't he have Kyron, MHJ, Dell, Walker, Jaden Daniels, Pickens. Okay, nice team. Nice squad. Coleman in round 5. The Moon Man. What are you guys doing in the Moon Man draft? Like Coleman's ADP could not be anywhere near there. With all their RBs flying out the board too. What are we doing back there? Wow. Okay, on the clock. I might eat up all my time because I definitely don't. This is tough. The RBs are not what you would want. This is early, but I'm just going to go Mostert because I believe in the offense, and this is my second RB, and I need a home run hitter. We're going to go ahead and do it. It's early. I hate drafting an older player. 9 spot in the Marsmen. Who's got the 9 spot? Let's go back up and look. Oh, that's mine. You're talking about my spot in the 9 spot. I like it. Should have went wide receiver, running back, Smitty, maybe? No. I don't regret going best player available, my guy. No running backs left, says Mark. I did go wide receiver, running back. You talking about what you should have done? Oh, 9 spot, the Moon Men. Let's see what the Moon Men look like from the 9 spot. Brown, ETN, Waddle, McBride, Rice, Murray. That's pretty good. All right, let me scroll down here. Actually, I don't need to scroll on that one. This one. Can I get this to go? Let's see here. Use code Smitty, everybody. All right, let me put that right here. This is the Moon Men draft. This is the Mars Men draft. Here we go. Mark B, why are you in here trying to tell everybody what to do like you're some absolute knowledge machine? Like every mess I'm reading, every message you got you're not gonna win your league for guarantee. Like, stop acting like you've got all the answers and you're just in here trying to educate people. Like, enjoy the stream, have conversations, but the way you're talking is just like timeout worthy. Trey with a 12-month question. Smitty taking advantage of Reachville. I think my team's pretty good. I don't love the Mostert pick. I really don't, but it's certainly like value and it makes sense. It's not wild. I was defending the drafter, Smitty. I don't know. Mark, if you were, I apologize, but I don't know. I was reading a couple of your messages and you're like, you're not going to do, if you don't do that, if you don't. It's like, those are the worst commenters, though. I'm not saying you were doing that the whole time then. But those are the worst commenters. People that come in and just start trying to tell everybody what to do. Like, let me tell you what's going on. I know you're all here watching a show, but let me put on a show. Let me put on a show in the comments. Everybody listen to me. Here's 5 paragraphs here. Here's 5 paragraphs here. I should be doing this. This is how good I am. I should be doing this. Like, no one likes that commenter. So if you weren't doing that, that's fine. But I see a couple of you in here absolutely just writing paragraphs and trying to tell people what to do. I only wrote one chat, then if that's true, I'll take a lap. I don't have time to validate, Mark, so I'm going to believe you. I'm too busy, Mark. Maybe I was reading somebody else's message. Who timed out? Oren. Oren timed out. Ron gifts 20 memberships. Ron Navy. Oh, I got to fix my alerts. Dang it. Ron, it didn't catch it. I'm sorry. It has to be reset all the time, and it clearly didn't work. So Ron Navy gifting 20 memberships.
To the moon.
Mashed potatoes!
I'm sorry, Mark. I might be mixing Mark up with another Mark, too, that comes in here. There's another Mark that kind of does that. Maybe I'm mixing up Mark with that. Mark, I apologize. I don't know. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm right. You're just telling me that you weren't doing it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm on the clock here, Mark. So I can't validate. I am almost on the clock here. Does someone want to confirm I was wrong on Mark? I don't have a QB yet. JD5 time. JD5 time. Ron Navy just shoveling out gifted memberships. You know what? You know who I think it might be is Montana. Montana's. There's another Mark. It might be Mark. I'm sorry if I mixed you up. But Montana definitely. Am I right that Montana's doing it? Let me tell you how to do your job. Listen to me. Everybody gather around. I know he's doing a live stream right now, but let me tell you what's going on. This is. Does anybody know? Does anybody know if Montana's doing that? It looks like Montana's doing that. If I had to guess. All right, I'm going to get rid of these labels because I need more real estate. So I'm sorry. Moon Men's on the bottom, Mars Men's on the top. Let's see if I can squeeze out another little bit of. I'm giving the Moon Men more space than the Mars Men. I'm sorry. I'm very biased. Rock Out says, Smitty, good value on Cooper. Thank you, pal. Rock Out to the moon. Ron Navy, thank you again. Well, Montana, maybe I'm wrong again. maybe I'm running my mouth, Montana, but I'll let the chat tell me if you're doing it. Because I kind of feel like maybe I'm right on you. But it's okay. Kind of. As long as you're being civil about it. Look how far Keon Coleman dropped to a normal territory in the top draft, and he didn't in the other one. Brandon, it's okay to have your opinions in the chat. I don't think you're following what I was saying. That's all right. Ron Navy says you will not snipe. Ron Navy says you will not snipe my Blake Corum from my Kyron Williams. He is not going to have it. So that's a nice move there. Chase Brown. Chase Brown.
Let's go. Mashed potatoes. Yeah, buddy.
Chase Brown. I like Chase Brown. Barkley, Mostert, and Chase Brown ain't bad. That's not bad. Considering my wide receivers are off the hook. St. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Malik Neighbors, Rashee Rice, JD5. My running backs are pretty damn good considering Barkley, Mostert, Chase Brown. Yep. We got a lot of know-it-alls in the chat today. Hey, I should be doing this. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what's going on. Rock Out sniping B-Rob, Brian Robinson from Travis, who loves him. That was not cool according to Travis's virtual demeanor that I'm trying to read. Chase Brown is in a committee. Thanks, Bijan. So glad you're here to educate us. Doing a great job. Thanks for telling me. Thanks for telling me what I should think. Thanks for telling me your opinion's actually law, and you know it already. Thanks, Bijan. Chase Brown's out there pass protecting right now. You just aren't looking. You just aren't watching the videos. All right, I think I'm gonna have to scroll here. So we're gonna scroll. We'll do a little itty bitty scroll. Over here, we got to scroll a little bit. I might be able to get away with this. Here, I'll do this. Thanks, Bijan, for letting me know. I appreciate it. Let's look at some of these teams real quick. So we'll start with the Marsmen at the top. Marsmen at the top. Mark Cleveland, Puka Nacua, Derrick Henry, Waddle, Mixon, T. Higgins, Kittle, Godwin, Spears. Pretty good mark. I mean, obviously you reached on Mixon, you admitted that. But some good other picks you got. I like what you did other than that. Will, I'm not in the bottom league. These are two separate leagues. The loser of the top league goes down to the bottom league. The winner of the bottom league goes up into the top league each year. Salty Chopper, Veda from the 11 spot. J.J. London, Cook, Ayuk, Connor, McLaurin, Zach Moss, Ingram. Okay. Salty Chopper, A.J. Brown, Kyron, Rashad White, Dell, Flowers, Kyler, Coleman, Ferguson. Solid. The champion, the returning champion from the 9 spot. Giancarlo with the $20 hauler. Giancarlo with a $20 hauler. Let's go.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20 super chat.
On the clock. On the clock. A little early, but I know the room that I'm in. And it kind of... I'm sorry, bro, but you know, I got to do this. There's no way he makes it back to me, and look, you stepped on my H-hand. And I took Mostert. I've got the cuffing situation. I'm sorry to our defending champion. I was just going over his team. And I had to do it. It was a wee bit early, but it makes sense here. I'm sorry. So, boys from the 9 spot, our defending champ, Jack of all trades, a.k.a. Jack of all trades. He has Wilson, Achane, Evans, McBride, Pickens, Prescott, Javonte, Adunze, and Dowdle. And I just sniped right from him. But I've got Mostert. And so I've got, in my opinion, a bona fide, because I don't think the Mostert role has anything to do with Achane. I got the bona fide elite between the tackle, running back, rusher in Miami. You know, so I think my running stable is pretty secured now. Whereas it was concerning. There's definitely a concern a little bit for me. I like Chase Brown. I like Mostert, but I had nothing guaranteed. This guarantees me something. So I like it. Giancarlo, appreciate your super chat. I don't think I read the question yet. I was getting to my pick, but let me Let me scroll down a little bit and just make room here. And then this one, I need to scroll down just a touch. There we go. Almost on the clock again, but Giancarlo's question was, hey, Smitty, in a draft right now for my keeper league, don't take at 2.10 Henry. Don't take at 2.10 Henry, Ayuk, Olave, Kelsey, Jacobs. I think you mean who do you take? I would take. I don't like 2.10. That's high. I mean, there's got to be better options in this, bro. Can you give me? I don't know what you're. I don't. Can you rephrase that? I got Robinson in the first. Can you rephrase that? Because I don't think that was real clear. I don't know what I'm dealing with there. Shakir. Okay. I'm going to go. Man. It got really thin. This minute timer is so long. I feel like you can use the restroom, grab a drink, come back. Okay, I probably need a. I'm gonna go Tua here. Charles T says Ron got me again. Charles T, where's your? Oh, you're from the 9 spot. What did Ron get you again on? You took Warren. I don't know what he got you on. So Ron's got. I didn't know that Ron had Jaden Daniels as well. So Ron's got Jaden Daniels. I got Jaden Daniels. Ron and I are brothers now in the Jaden Daniels, Moonman, Marsman situation. I got JD5 and I got Tua Tagovailoa, which I like. I like him. Giancarlo with another super chat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you super chat again. I just didn't understand what you're saying. Giancarlo, another 20. Jeez, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat.
He says it's a one-player keeper league, and those are the top 5 options there. Hurts, Waddle, Ayuk, Olave, Henry, Jacobs, Evans, Mahomes. Like you're reading off Mahomes or Hurts by a landslide. Not even a hesitation in my mind. I like Jacobs a lot. Keeper league value, not saying you're going to keep everybody, right? So you don't have to always think about the long term, but I'm 100% going Mahomes or Hurts. I probably go Mahomes over Hurts with the keeper aspect to it. Waddle's good. Jacobs is good. Henry's still okay, even though you're not factoring in keeper value. It's, you don't keep everybody. So, but yes, sir. Mahomes, then Hurts, and then next up would be, I suppose, Waddle or maybe Ayuk or Olave. They're kind of all close. I guess you could say Waddle, but that's really close. But Mahomes and Hurts, and then a tier break. Like, I don't even want to talk about the other guys. It's Mahomes, then it's Hurts, and then I'm not even happy anymore if I find out you don't get one of those guys after I was able to take a gander at that. Giancarlo, go smash that draft, bro. You get Mahomes or Hurts, that's fantastic. And let me see what else he said here. Hey, Smitty, in a draft right now for my keeper leagues. Don't take at 2.10. See, you didn't put in that first one. You didn't put those quarterbacks. I didn't think so. That's awesome, bro. Charles T said, I'm having a sad draft from this 9 spot. We're both in the 9 spot together, my guy. You're in the 9. Our 9 spots are right up, lined up. Let me put this. I can actually highlight. So my 9 spot is right here. Your 9 spot is right here. So your team is Cup. Let me scroll up. Garrett Wilson, Achane, Cup, Burrow, Kittle. Why are you having a sad draft? That's a good team. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Broski? What in the heck are you talking about? My team, very different, unorthodox because of the snipage. I try to go against the grain. I go best player available. And if that leads me down running back approach, I'll do it. If it leads me down a bunch of wide receivers, I'll do it. Andy dropping a $20. But my team is St. Brown, Barkley, Cooper Kupp, Neighbors, Rashee Rice, Mostert, Jaden Daniels, Chase Brown, Jalen Wright, Tua Tagovailoa. Coming closer to my pick here. Andy with this $20 hauler. Appreciate you, broski. Have the 4th pick in a $500 12-team full PPR. Any tips? Thinking of going Tyreek, Bijan, or Amon-Ra for safety. Yeah, 4th pick, bro. I don't think I go Amon-Ra that high, but I think I would definitely go Bijan or Hall or Tyreek. I still take Lamb, but it's very tough. You know, because there's risk. I think Tyreek's the easy wide receiver call 1, rank 1 this year, just because you're dealing with, you know, no holdout intangibles. So, yeah, I definitely think I'd go Hill or Bijan or Hall, and I think you'll get one of those for sure. So smash. Gronk smash, baby. All right. Almost on the clock. I think I know who I want here. I'm pretty sure. Trevor Lawrence was not it, so that's good. Not that it was a bad pick. I didn't need a QB there. I am going to roll with the man, the myth, the legend, otherwise known as Dallas Goedert, which is my first tight end off the board, and I think he's got top 5-6 capability if he stays healthy. So not my favorite approach from the position, because I like to grab a McBride, a Kincaid if I can, and dance with the top 3. But when you don't, I tend to wait a little while and I grab a guy like Goddard, and I feel pretty good about it. Charles T says, I'm kicking myself. I took ETN over Achane. I thought you took Achane. Charles T. I thought that's what I just read off. Charles T. Oh, I was reading off B-Men's team. Okay, yeah, sorry. Charles T has Amon Ra, ETN. Yeah, I would have gone HN too. But it is what it is, bro. Waddle, McBride. It's Rice. You still got a good team. Kyler Murray. It's a good squad. I don't love some of the other picks below that, but I love from Kyler Murray up, I suppose. ETN's number 4 running back last year, but I would have gone HN. I was hoping HN was going to fall to me, but not in this world. Not in this world with you guys, which is why I attack such a heavy wide receiver approach. G Money with a $10 moonshot droppage.
To the moon.
To the moon. My man, G Money, got the 5th pick in a 12-team half PPR league. If CMC, Hall, Bijan, and Hill go with the first 4, who do you take at 5? Don't trust Lamb or Chase. Yeah, but I mean, like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm not taking... I love Amon Ra. I drafted him in this draft. Look, I'll show you. I'll show you. From the... Did I say I was in the 8 spot or 9 spot? I'm in the 8 spot. That's why those didn't line up. Now I'm in the 8 spot. I took St. Brown in the 8 spot. I feel good about it, but I don't think I'm taking him that. I can't pass on Lamb. But that's me, bro. A week from now, I could tell you I was wrong. And Lamb could hold out. I couldn't pass on Lamb right now. But let's take it to the chat. Chat, would you take Lamb? Or would you take Amon Ra? Or would you take another player like Chase or Gibbs or someone like that? JJ. Or would you take Lamb? I would go Lamb, but let's see what the chat thinks. G Money gets you a group think on this one, because literally a week from now I could be feeling a little different, because every day is a risk, right? Hi, says Aloha. Aloha, we haven't really seen you in the chat lately, especially a super chat like that. $9 holler. Aloha.
To the moon.
Oh, that's not a standing O. You get a standing O anyway.
Let's go! Mashed potatoes!
Aloha, appreciate you dropping the 10 watt on screen. And Rock Out says, Smitty, I reached on Njoku. Probably didn't, Rock Out. I don't think you did. Where did Njoku go? Oh, I'm on the clock here. The team's looking good. I got all my flex spots filled with wide receivers, so I'm not like immune to taking a wide receiver here because I don't have any bench wide receivers. Running backs, I mean, I'm pretty good, but I could always use one. Wide receivers, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I think I'm just going to go with the guy I think gives me the most bang for the buck and gives me the league-winning potential in Braylon Allen. I'm sorry, whoever has Breece Hall. I'm sorry. But I can't resist that, and knock on wood, we do not want anything to happen to our precious Breece Hall.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall. In the third, don't stall. Just give Batman the freaking football.
He's Breece. He's Breece.
He does a whole of a job. A whole of a job. A whole of a job.
Breece Hall, please report to the moon. Get breached.
Batman, we need Batman to stay healthy, okay? So please understand, I'm not trying to like insinuate something, but certainly feels like league-winning potential, though, in Braylon Allen. He's such a monster. All right, let's go ahead and expand this down. I don't know how this is going to go the rest of the way. I'm going to have to be like dragging these both up and down But I want to make sure I get these in view. This looks all right. This is fine. Phone lines are open if anybody wants to dial in. If you know the number, dial in. I don't think I'll put the number on screen because I don't want to get flooded. But if you got the number, you want to dial, go ahead and dial. I'm in Hawaii for a wedding. Just went last month. Don't go to the Mokulua Islands on the Waikiki Beach. That's all I'm going to tell you, aloha. All right? You want more details, watch last night's stream near the end-ish. Don't go to the Mokulua Islands. Trust me. Especially the backside. Don't do it. Just don't do it. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's not smart. I can attest to it. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Andy, I didn't even finish giving you advice. So I would go with Tyreek or Bijan for safety. I would go Hall before I would go Amon-Ra personally, but that's me. And I'm not gonna run away from Lamb at 4. But my tips for you would be, if you were to get away with Tyreek Hill or you went Lamb and you get to that second round, I mean, Kyron, HM, Barkley, like I want one of those RBs. My concern would be if it's a running back hungry situation. Like, are you making a mistake by not going RB and getting yourself a Debo, a Cooper Kupp, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to kind of make that call, bro, if this is a running back hungry environment. If it is, best player available is still there for you, running back or wide receiver. That's what's nice about best player available. Sometimes best player available, it's tie. It's a tie. It's a total tie. You got running back, Breece Hall, wide receiver, Lamb, Chase, or even St. Brown if you want to say safety. They're similar, you know, so you go with what you know is going to help you when you get into round 2. I tend to go RB in home leagues, in casual leagues. I tend to go RB. I mean, you're seeing what happened. Look at this Marsman league. You know, look how it flew off the board, and I had to go St. Brown because it was running back hungry. So if I was in 4, I would have probably went RB because I knew that would have been consumed. So that would be my advice for you, my guy. Ron Navy, you are live.
What's up, Smitty? Thanks for waking me up. I was out cold. Yeah,
I'm glad I did. I could just picture how pissed you would have been and be like, I wasn't in the group chat. Why didn't you? So. But yeah, we got you. I'm glad that the calling you on IG woke you up. Your team. Let's go over your team real quick. Why are you laughing?
You know.
You don't like it?
No, I like it. I mean, it's one of my type of teams.
Oh, okay. let me find. I just got to click a few things here. Hold on one second. Thank you, Andy. Again, thank you, G Money. Thank you, Mars Man Rock Out. Thank you, Andy. Gene Carlo, appreciate you. Mark, sorry I made you go on a lap. It was unnecessary. I yelled at Mark B, not Mark Cleveland, Mark B, because I thought he was running his mouth, but I don't think he was. All right, I don't know. Sorry, Mark. Oh, hold on, I'm almost on the clock. Let me just draft real quick, Ron, and then I'll be right back to analyze your squad. Okay, so here's this draft. For those that don't know what my team looks like, I'm on deck here. I've got St. Brown, Barkley. I'm in the 8 spot. Kupp, Neighbors, Rice, Mostert, Daniels, Chase Brown, Jalen Wright, Tua, Goddard, Braylon Allen. It should be pretty easy if my queue still looks intact, which I think I do have a player still in my queue. I'm probably going to roll with Ben Sinnott because I don't know how Goddard is going to manage to stay healthy. I've got Jaden Daniels, not that I need to cuff in best ball, but I do love Russian collusion with the $50 wad. Let's go.
$50. Give me $50, holla. Get by the brother, Smitty. Give me $50. Oh, yeah.
Russian says, Smitty, I got CD in a home league at the 7 pick. I like that. I'm willing to take that gamble. I'll ask Ron his opinion on that. Real quickly, Ron, I did want to let you know that I've decided I'm going to do something kind of, I think, wild and fun that I think you'll enjoy because you are a generous super chatter. Anybody that does drop a $100 super chat on the channel, I'm going to do something to where you can claim you can be the sponsor of any video drop you choose, and there'll be, I think, a max of 2 for each video. So like, let's say someone's like, I want to own the Keon Coleman clip in terms of being sponsored by, so that when it plays, your name's in the corner, and and maybe at the end it plays it as well. And then anybody that drops, I don't know, it might be double that or something, you can request a video drop of your choosing, and obviously you'll be a sponsor, one of the 2 sponsors of that video. So like in the case of Ron feeling really generous and he drops some amazing amount, like he can be like, create a Kirk Cousins clip. So that will be in the cards. All right, your team real quick, and then I'll ask you about the Lamb question.
I'm actually surprised you haven't done a combination of Kirk Cousins Penix clip.
Yeah, I think we need to do that. I think that would be good. Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyron, Dell, Walker, JD5. What's crazy is you got JD5 at 5.2. And I'm not saying this is bad or good. I'm just the difference between these 2 drafts. And then my JD5 selection happened at 7.8. So that was kind of wild.
Well, yeah, I went on him.
You had a long
but
way.
See, that's one that Charles T said I sniped from him. But good thing I took him because quarterbacks were going off crazy. So I kind of took him a little.
You're on the
early.
clock, by the way. You're on the clock, by the way.
Yeah, it was a necessity to take him.
Okay, just want to make sure you knew. So your team's pretty good. Marvin Harrison Jr., Kyron, Dell. Dell's a little early in a home league at 3, but look, you had to go all the way down and back. The person drafting from the 12 or the 11, they don't have the luxury of always taking players at their ADP. Like, people need to understand that. So I don't judge you for taking Dell that early. A lot of people will. I won't. Walker's fantastic there, considering this is a non-best ball. He goes so much higher in non-best ball. People have to realize that. He's going to be a 3-down back this year. They love him. So I don't mind this team at all. Pickens is great value. I know you love the Pickens value. It's a really good team. A really good team. I like it. I think you're definitely in the mix, no doubt about it. What do you think of my approach? I had to go kind of crazy because the snipage was just out of control, and I did not want to get caught up in it. So I ended up going a lot of wide receiver, which is not usually my style, but it's against the grain, and my style is against the grain. Whatever the flow is, I'll oftentimes go the other way. But St. Brown, Barkley, Cup, Neighbors, who I don't love Neighbors at certain values, and I don't mind this value at all. Rashee Rice, Mostert was kind of a risky running back too. I could have taken Monty. I almost did. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab Jalen Wright, and I'm going to feel very confident in my running back too, whereas, I didn't know how I would feel if I didn't do that. Like, if I just had Monty, then I feel like good, but shaky, whereas Mostert and Wright, I don't. So I felt like it was the right move to make. What do you think about that squad? I went Dontavian Wicks right here as my first bench wide receiver.
Yeah, I like it. I like your approach.
Yeah, I think it's pretty...
I was lucky at Quorum to back up Kyron.
Yeah,
but that's where I'm a little weak, is at running back after.
Yeah, Mark Cleveland, you're on auto. Make sure you go to your queue, Mark, and then uncheck auto. I can see Mark getting frustrated. I can't. I'm on auto, and he just leaves. Mark, don't leave. Go to your queue. There's a queue tab, and then there's a little toggle that you can click and turn off auto. My Wick. I like my Wicks pick.
What round? You got? Did you say you got Senate?
I did. We both got Sinnott. We both got JD5.
Yeah, what round did you get him in?
I
probably
took
took him a little early.
13.8. Where did you get him?
11.12.
Yeah, these drafts are a little different.
But then I came back and I got Mooney on Atlanta. I think he does good with that squad.
Yeah, he could.
So
let me look at this. Oh, can you answer the question for? I want to go around the room and ask everybody on the phone line. I think I got. Oh, 49er Media is on hold. What's up, Media? What's going on, pal?
So I actually had a draft that I did, was it yesterday, and I just kind of wanted to get your quick thoughts.
Yeah, hang tight for me if you could, just because I'm in the middle of all this.
No
I
worries.
probably can't go over your whole team, but hang tight. If you have time, mute and just wait, and then as soon as this draft ends, which is close to ending, I'll come to you. $50 hauler from Collusion says, Smitty, I got CD in the home league at 7. Like, Ron, what are we thinking with CD Lamb? What are you thinking with CD Lamb? I'm taking the gamble at 5 and 6 still, but like a week from now, are we still saying that? Like, what's going through your mind?
well, he's going to have the same issue as Ayuk and anybody else, and Chase is.
Injury.
You know, they're going to be injured. That's the biggest concern.
I know,
They're
it
holding
sucks.
out. They're not getting reps. They're not getting so. Even if you do take a chance on them, you're taking a chance that they could get injured too. So.
But doesn't Lamb feels like less of an injury risk than Chase? It could happen to anybody. Soft tissue happens to anybody that's not prepared. But I just feel like
Right.
Chase has that injury history already. I'm definitely like starting to feel like Jamar Chase is a big risk. But I think I still gamble on Lamb. I take Lamb. I think up to
you got to
maybe.
gamble. I mean, there's players you just got to gamble on. I mean, let alone CMC's got the cap, right? And he's on the cover of Madden, so he's got two. He's got the Madden curse going for him also this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hope. I hope and pray that we don't have a year like last year where just a ton of our. Well, I don't want the quarterback to get injured and the running back. The year before that, it was.
Yeah.
The year before that, it was the running. Last year was the quarterback. So I hope we don't have another year like that.
Yep. Garrett says, yo, Smitty, it's Juicy in the Moon Man. Okay, Garrett, I didn't know who Juicy was, so thank you for letting me know. I always forget. All your screen names are different. I can never remember. Yes, man, appreciate you dropping the $2 hauler. Thomas dropping a 2-wad. Braylon Allen or Bucky Irving. Braylon Allen for me all day long. I took him in this draft. He's a monster. And if you remember back in... I don't have Braylon Allen as my number one rookie running back now, and nor should I, right? Because he's not in a position where he's supposed to ever start and be an elite starter. But he was my number one ranked running back, if you remember when I did my January preemptive, way before the NFL draft, months before the NFL draft, talent-only running back ranking show. Braylon Allen was my number one running back, and it wasn't really even close. Situation's king. I think Trey Benson's my number one. May not happen right away, so people need to understand that. But I think Braylon Allen has still got some of the most bang for the buck. And even if he doesn't start, this is a guy that could score 8 to 10 touchdowns without touching Breece Hall's workload. Because Breece Hall was barely used on the goal line. I'm not saying we're happy about that. He was running back 2 last year, though. But I know we all kind of would love to see Breece get some more goal line work, and I think he will. I just think just by the mere fact that the Jets will live in the red zone more, Breece will be in there at the 7, the 5, the 2. But like at the 1 yard line, the 2 yard line, the 3 yard line, 4th and goal, 3rd and short, Braylon Allen's going to come in a lot. And this guy could trip and fall into like a 700 or 500 yard, 10, 8, 9, 10 touchdown season. And if Breece Hall ever got abducted safely by aliens and didn't play the entire season or went out week 5, then Braylon Allen's a top 10 running back. like a top 10 running back.
Look at how far Jalen Dotson has fallen in this draft. Round
Yeah.
15. Wow.
Yeah.
He's dropping.
I don't know if I'm going a third quarterback in here. I don't know that we need to. Don't know that I need to.
I was thinking about it. I was going to take Penix, but Tristan took him for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess he thinks Kirk Cousins is going to get injured or something, maybe.
Ron protecting his
But-
boy. Don't talk bad about. All right, I'm on deck here. On deck here. Hopefully I got one player queued. I hope that player doesn't go. It's Rashad Bateman. Don't take Bateman. Please don't take Bateman.
Right.
Don't do it.
Somehow I don't think that's the player.
Don't take Bateman. I shouldn't have said his name. I shouldn't have told you. Don't do it. Shaheed. Okay, good. Ron, you almost ruined it for me. You almost ruined it for me. Dotson. All right. Ron tends to do that. This one's a 10. I know.
Golf did that. Golf for Life did that to me in the chat too. He's like, Ron, is Cousins on the horizon? Like 9 picks before I was ready to pay. I was on the clock. I'm like, thanks, Golf. B-Man, if you're listening, the way I usually operate the waivers is it's free for all until week 1. I think we should do that if that's okay with everybody. That way there's just no waiting. Like anybody wants to do anything all the way up to week 1, just free for all. That's kind of the way I like to do it. And then once we get in, I think we got the $100 budget. If that's okay, I actually, you know what? I think it's automatically set. Everybody will go on waivers one time, but let's start it right away. And so everybody will be on waivers one time. You can use your $100, and then once the waivers clear, everybody's a free agent. And I think they should remain a free agent until week 1. I think that's the way we can set it up. So let's do that way. I'm sorry, that's the way we should do it. My team, I don't have a kicker or a defense. Sometimes I wait. I may or may not draft one of those right here. I'm not sure. Let's see here. The defensive rankings are weird this year. King with a $10 hauler.
To the moon.
Appreciate you, King, dropping that 10 wad on screen, my man. 12-man PPR. I'm coming for you, media. Just give me a second. We're almost through the draft. This is the last round. $10 hauler, 12-man PPR. Pick 3, 7 QBs went in the first 4 rounds. Wow. Bijan, Marvin Harrison Jr., Achane, smash. McBride. That's why you did so good, because all those quarterbacks pushed all this talent down. You did a smart job. Bijan, Marvin, Achane, McBride, Dell, Ridley. Love's a fantastic quarterback in that environment. Coleman, 8.5 out of 10, which is probably one of the higher scores you'll hear me give. So that's a great job, bro. Absolute fantastic draft. That's how you do it. Fu says, is 2.8 too early for a QB? Hall is my keeper at 3 point. With a keeper league? No, because in a keeper league, bro, 2.8 is really like 3.8. So absolutely not. I would take Mahomes, Hurts, or Josh Allen. I don't even think they'll fall to you. But with one keeper written in, absolutely, bro. Even at the 2-3 turn, Josh Allen or Mahomes is kind of worth it to me, especially with keeper value. Okay, Jalen Wright and Wicks, says Matt. I mean, that's who I got. All right, I'm on the clock here. Falcons D, Eagles D went. Looks like the other draft ended. You like the Chiefs D or the Bills D? I feel like the Chiefs are pretty opportunistic. They've had a bunch of double-digit weeks. I really think the Chiefs are going to ball this year. I'm just going to go ahead and take him. All right. Aloha says, can you give me draft advice? I have a big draft tomorrow, 1K buy-in, and I need to be locked in. I sure can, Aloha. Do you know what pick you have? If you want to call in, you can call in. 49er Media, real quickly, my guy. Give me a lowdown real quickly because we're in the middle of this draft. A lot of the calls are going to be about this draft, and you're selfishly coming in here and wanting to know about your league, which I'm more than glad to help you with in a brief fashion. So go ahead, Media, and hit me with your question.
Okay, yeah, I guess I just wanted to kind of overall thoughts real quick. So, I mean, off the bat, I don't know if you'll like this one, but I have Purdy, Brees Hall, Rashad White, Puka Nakua, Chris Olave, Mark Andrews, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley.
I don't hate it.
Heath Mosher. This is an 8-man half PPR.
Oh, so. 8-man. It still doesn't sound horrible, but 8-man explains why you have so much. But yeah, I mean, give me your first 5 picks in a row.
Okay. My first pick was Brees Hall.
Okay, Hall.
I'll have to pull up.
49er Media probably took Brock Purdy in round 2.
No, I actually didn't. That was like super late. Let's see. I think it was Chris Olave next.
Aloha says,
yes, that was Chris Olave third.
Who is second?
Puka.
Okay, Puka second, Brees Hall. Okay, all good. Those are 2, kind of first round picks. And then your third pick, Olave. I would say I like Olave, but in an 8-man, maybe that's where I would have gone a different direction. Like you tell me Achane or Kyron was there, I'm gonna lose my mind. But yeah, I don't hate Olave, but that might be where it felt like you reached a little bit or something. Who's your 4th and 5th drafted player?
Let's see.
All right, we got to speed this up, Rock. 49er Media.
Okay, so 5th was Rashad White.
Rock out, if you can mute, your phone's going nuts again. Every time, Rock out's phone. Who is it? Rashad White? Yeah, I mean, the Olave and Rashad White picks are the ones where I like them, but I think I would guess that there are handfuls of players I just liked better at that situation on the clock for you. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't mean that you made a bad decision or had a bad draft, but that's just my guess. But your team's good.
Yeah, I was going for a running back, but there weren't really any other options that I liked that surprisingly.
Yeah, you read it off. It was a pretty good team. I don't hate it. All right, Media, I'm going to kick you out of here because we're doing a draft here. I'm getting everybody in here. Call in tomorrow. We'll talk about your team more. All right, Russian Collusion's on the phone. Marsman Rock Out is on the phone. We've got Salty Chopper on the phone. We got all Marsmen, Moonmen on the phone right now. If you boys don't mind, since everybody's got a card essentially to get in here, I want to talk to Salty Chopper real quick because he is the defending champ of the Moonman League. Jumps into the Marsman League. TMT lost the Marsman League and fell into the Moonman League. And Salty Chopper drafted from the 10 spot. And Salty Chopper, I'm going to read your team off real quick. You tell me if you made any mistakes anywhere. From the 10 spot, you drafted as follows in order. You went from the 10 spot. You went A.J. Brown, Kyron. Love those 2 picks. Rashad White, not a fan of Rashad White as my 3rd drafted player, but this is a sniping environment. Running backs were definitely going a little early. I would say at this point it was even, right? Looking at the board. What are you thinking here? And I love the Tank Dell pick in round 4. Fantastic value. Ron had to take him at the 3, at the top of 3. Flowers. I'm not huge on Flowers this year, but I understand that value. Kyler, fantastic value. Keon Coleman, great value at 7.10. Ferguson, great value. You sniped you cuffed Corum. So the Kyron and Corum cuffs happened in both drafts. That was good. Ron got Kyron and Corum. Salty Chopper got Kyron and Corum in both the drafts. So Salty, how you doing first of all, and second, what do you feel about your team?
I'm doing good. Feeling pretty good about this draft, actually. Yeah, everyone that I took, aside from, let's see here. Yeah, actually, you took Rasheed Rice. That's who I was looking at before Zay Flowers. That was really the only one that I didn't like going in. But yeah, all in. I like my team, my late round picks. I like. Yeah, just happy to be in the Mars Man League. See what we can do.
Yeah. Happy to have you in it. My team, I'm from the 8th spot in the top draft. I got all my guys sniped. Like, I wear my rankings on my sleeve. And Achan, Kyron, those guys have there's almost zero chance both of them are gone at this pick in a normal draft. So it sucked to watch, my guys get taken. But I love Barkley. He's right there. St. Brown's right there. With anybody else that I could have taken. I thought about taking Kyron at 1.8, but I did not want to trigger a reach-a-thon. So I didn't do it. I take him at 12 all the time in casual leagues. I don't care. I just take him there. I would have preferred to have the 12-13 pick, to be honest, because I could have taken Kyron and Achan and been fine with it. Or Kyron and... I like what Ron did, Kyron and MHJ. But honestly, Barkley and St. Brown is as good as any of those. I really think it's a good start. I think where I did good and I was smart was going Cup in round 3, Neighbors in 4, Rasheed Rice in 5, and not falling victim to this running back run, which the only running back even remotely close to being worth taking in that stretch at all was potentially... Rashad White's is too early for me. I'm not trying to say that was a bad pick for you, but I'm just saying that for me, I can't take him that high. He had such a bad yards per carry year last year, so much so they were looking at maybe drafting somebody. But he's a PPR machine. There's no doubt he could earn this value. I'm not saying he's a bust by any means. I'd rather have Cup, so I took Cup. And then when I got back to this Neighbors and Rice pick at the 4th and 5th round picks for me, it was Aaron Jones. Kamara, I considered. Kamara instead of Neighbors was a consideration for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was a bad move. My Mostert, Chase Brown, Jalen Wright combo is pretty crafty. I think Mostert's going to be great out of the gate, but does he get hurt? Probably, but that's why I drafted Wright, which I think Jack of all trades is probably, steaming about because he got Achan and didn't get either of the cuffs. But I feel like cuffing Mostert and Wright together is pretty good for my team, and I love Chase Brown. So I'm happy with my team. Is it my favorite team? No. I didn't get a lot of the players I would have loved to come away with, but I still drafted, I think, the best player available at every pick. I think this is proof of doing that can leave you with like one kind of hole, but give you a well-rounded squad. Like my receivers are through the roof. But what do you think of the draft in general, Salty? And then I'm going to go over to Russian collusion.
Yeah, to be honest, I expected a little bit more reaching based off of what we saw last year in the Mars Man Moon Man draft.
Yeah, we definitely had more. It was bad.
Yeah, it definitely got toned down a bit. It was crazy last year.
It was bad. It was really bad. Russian collusion. What pick are you in? You're 1?
I'm the number 1 pick.
Yeah, number 1
there. When Salty says reaching, that's what I did.
You kind of did in a couple picks.
I did it in quite a few, but those are the people that I liked. And anybody can, call me stupid because I picked, CD Lamb first. But you know what? I don't like a 30-year-old running back. I would have taken Bijan or Hall, but you know what I said? You know what? CD, he was the number 1 wide receiver last year. Why can't he do it again? Yes, he's holding out, but I know he's working out too. So And then I went with ETN. And the nice thing with both of the next two picks, ETN and Walker, was I backed them up with their backup. And that's what I like about taking them early, is you have enough time to take, their backups later in the draft. So tell me what you think.
I like it. If I was to reverse engineer this at all, just to give you my 2 cents, like, I like your team. I think your team's really good. You got Richardson, Lamb, ETN, Walker. Like, it's a really good team. Kincaid, very solid. Loveworthy, it's a very good team. I guess, like, if it was me and I went Lamb, I probably personally would have went Mahomes and Debo, or Mahomes and Cup. Personally, that's what I would have done. But that's me. And Mahomes is early.
I did think about Mahomes, but I really like Walker this year, and I really love Richardson. So I knew I could get Richardson on the backside, and I wanted to pair Richardson with Williams because I think they're going to be the same player.
But you had a good team. Let's go over to Marsman Rockout, who drafted from the 4 spot. He is Tyreek Hill. He has Pacheco, Debo Samuel, and quite honestly, Rockout, you could flip Debo and Pacheco in the best ball world where we're used to seeing it that way, and I feel really good about it. So even though it's flipped, like, you still got accomplished the same thing, and I don't think it hurt you at all, because, and Pacheco's not really a reach, I guess, in non-best ball, but it is a hard pill to swallow when you're seeing Pacheco go in the 3rd, and we were getting him in the 4th round for a while in best ball, and then you have to take him at like 2.8, 2.9. It's just hard to like swing into that. But like, you did good. And then Kamara, I almost took Kamara over Neighbors. Devontae Smith was an absolute steal. That might be one of the steals of the draft. I was contemplating him over Neighbors, that round ahead. And part of me kind of wishes I did, I guess. But another part of me is like, look, I got the number 1 Neighbors, who's going to get saturated with horrible targets that aren't all accurate, but he'll pull in enough to, I think, equal Devontae, but we'll see. But your team's really, really good. Burrow was fantastic value. Amari Cooper, I don't even like Amari, but that was good value. Brian Thomas Jr. at 9.4 was an absolute utter steal. Like, you did really well. I don't think you made a single real mistake at all. I think it's a really good team. I like it. I like it, Rockout. It's very good. Very good squad. What?
What do you think about Musgrave where he was taken?
Luke Musgrave? I mean, it's not even showing up here, so it's obviously far enough down that I got to scroll.
It was late.
Yeah, it's fine. Double-digit rounds. I don't hate that. McMillan, your last pick. Purdy is a backup. Brian Robinson, I'm sure Travis was pissed at that. This is a good team. Yeah. I'd say your top 5 team locked and loaded.
Yeah, I was thinking of probably going Cousins instead of Purdy, but I decided to go Purdy, match him up with Debo.
Yeah, I don't think you did bad at all, bro. Not at all. Yeah, this is it. Travis, what's up? You're live.
Hey, just curious what you thought of my team. I'm not a big fan of drafting from like the first couple spots. I kind of like the board to fall to me and then get a quick turnaround. But so I'm just curious what you thought. I ended up reaching a little on Ramondre, but I wanted a solid second. I took him like a round early, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
But I wanted that solid second running back, and it proved, to kind of follow the board because running back just flew off the board for the most part.
Yeah.
Just curious what you thought.
Garrett, I'm going to analyze your team in a second. Thank you for the $2 hauler. And then if you want to call in, Garrett, at the end here, I will help you with your league. I think it was Garrett that said he had a draft. No, it was Aloha. Aloha, you need to call in a little bit. Wait a few minutes and then call in a little bit, and I'll help you with your draft. And
real quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then Jay with a $5 hauler. Mahomes, Hall, Achan, Hill, Worthy, Coleman, Hollywood, McBride, JMO. Should I upgrade wide receiver 2 and trade Hill for AJB, Dell, or Hill for Debo London? Man, That's really tough. That's such a good. Both those are really good returns. I would probably say AJB and Dell's pretty attractive to do, but I don't know. J-Mo's really good. Hollywood Brown. Hill Worthy. Yeah. Chat, would you take AJB and Dell or Debo in London for Tyreek Hill if you're Jay? And he's got Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and J-Mo. I think it sucks because when you look at your team, you don't see Hill and Burns, but I mean AJ Brown and Dell, that's pretty good. Jay, let's see what the chat says on that, Jay. So the chat's gonna respond, and then we'll come back around. Travis, your team, Bijan, love it. Olave. What?
I was just going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt. You said everyone's going through waivers first, right? And then you make pickups?
Yeah, so
okay.
B-Men.
Just 'cause it's open, so I want to make sure people don't do that.
Yeah, B-Men, we need to make sure we lock that down. Let me go real quick and let me make sure no one's. If you guys please don't do an ad drop yet. Someone's gonna do it. I know it. I'll have to do it later, but
yeah.
Please don't do an ad drop yet, guys.
I just wanted to make sure we just.
Okay, so your team: Bijan, Olave, Mahomes, DK, Stevenson, Pitts, Ridley, JSN, Brooks. I like every single pick you made other than Stevenson, and I don't love the Olave pick, but I understand it. Would I rather have?
A huge fan of it, but...
Would I rather have? I mean, it's so tough because like you're in a spot where it's like, do you reach on a QB there or not? And then you get Mahomes anyway, so it didn't matter. Would I have gone?
I knew the QB was coming back.
Would I have gone Debo personally?
I almost did.
Or ETN, or maybe even Cup, maybe. That's the only thing I would have considered there. But Olave's not bad. But I probably do want Debo or Cup or ETN over Olave slightly, just slightly. But it doesn't mean Olave's a bad pick.
Yep.
And the DK pick was pretty good. I don't hate that one. The Stevenson pick, yeah, I probably wouldn't. That was definitely a force to try and not get sniped. But you know, I was facing the same thing, and I ended up going just with the wide receiver. I probably would have taken Devontae Smith over Stevenson personally, but I don't know that there was like, it wasn't like there was a load of players after that were like screaming, you know, take me. It kind of thinned out right there. It kind of really did. Kincaid went.
That's why I took Pitts next too.
Ayuk, Dell, all those guys just ripped off the board, and I don't love DJ Moore. But Stevenson's not bad. Look, Stevenson could be a top 7 running back. He's done it before. Like, especially, you know, they're going to lean on him, throw him a bunch of passes and pepper him with targets, even when they're behind. Stevenson's their best pass catcher. When they're ahead, which won't be often, or if they're in the game at least, he'll be, you know, running the ball. So I think Stevenson's kind of crafty. I don't even know that I would say Stevenson's like a bad pick. It's the 5th round, but we definitely don't see him go there very often. So, in like a best ball,
like I said, I think it was around early from his ADP on Sleeper. So
yeah, so I'd say I would have went Devontae Smith, but past that, like, what would you have done then at running back? You know, like you could argue that Pitts or Ridley is good enough that Devontae Smith at the Stevenson pick, and then missing Stevenson, you know, it could be worse for you. So I think you were in a bind, but I get why you did what you did. But it's a good team. I think Rockouts is probably better than my team right now. I'm not saying my team can't. Well, I don't know. My team depends on Mostert and Wright. If I get what I want out of Mostert, Wright, Chase Brown, and Jaden Daniels, I think I could hang with anybody. But I do need some things to happen like that. My team is not a lock. You know, it's definitely teeter-tottering on that, on Mostert and Wright doing well. Rockouts is probably the most balanced team. I really do like yours, Collusion. Your team is really good from the one pick. I do think
Motion
it's
detected at the front
really,
door.
really solid. I think Rockouts is the best so far. And last Purdue's on the phone as well. And where are you picking, bro? Oh, you're at 6. What's up, last Purdue? How you doing? Oh, he hung up. No, he's there. Purdue, you there? You there, Purdue?
There.
You're on mute, brah.
Oh, sorry about that. You're on mute, brah.
Hey,
yeah,
Purdue.
the draft, I was-
Purdue. Last time you called in, we were yelling about something. What was it?
Oh gosh. Kirk Cousins? It seems like a Kirk Cousins kind of a conversation. I can't remember though.
Okay.
I can't
All right.
remember. Russell Wilson, maybe?
I don't know. All right, Jahmyr Gibbs. It might have been me telling you Fields is taking his job. Gibbs, Allen, Kelsey. I gotta say, those are 3. Like you were coined as the reacher of the entire Mars Man League. Like from the chat, they're like, "This is the reacher. He's gonna reach." You did take Josh Allen really early, but I will say I don't hate it because I love it's a 6-point per TD league, right? So that's that's valuable. But JT still being there is kind of a nice little gift. But I don't know. I think your team, you still drafted 3 really outstanding players that all are deserving to be in those draft slots, I think. Devontae Adams is getting drafted way too early, and you got him in round 4, which is super acceptable. So I'm fine with that. I definitely worry about him, but I think that's a great value. Pittman, Najee, McConkey you took really early, in my opinion, but I don't know if his ADP was anywhere near there. Was it?
The ADP was close. I mean,
I don't know
he was
about
just
that.
a guy that I wanted to get. But it was rough. I got sniped the first 2 rounds. I was really thinking Brees was going to fall to me there at 6, and he
Not
didn't.
in this community.
And I'm not
Not in-
really a fan of the other players after that, other than Jahmyr. So I was like, yeah, it's early, but I'll take him. You may recall I took Mahomes in the first round last year. So that was my reach last year. Jahmyr's the reach this year. And then, I did not want to take Josh Allen in the second round at all. But again, I got sniped. MHJ was going to be the pick. And,
I think
yeah.
Gibbs is falling to like the 1-2 turn, and some people are so like, yeah, you definitely reached on Gibbs, you reached on Allen, you reached on Kelsey. They're all deserving of the drafts, the round though. Like Gibbs is a round 1 deserving guy. Allen's a end of round 2 deserving guy, and Kelsey at the end of round 3. You just took them all in the middle, so it's definitely like a reach. But Adams, like that kind of, you got 4 really good picks. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Pittman, a lot of people love Pittman. I don't love Pittman, but I don't hate that value. That value is really good. Najee Harris, I think
he served me well. Yeah,
I think he loses his job at some point, but Najee's pretty good right there, especially with Allen or Jalen Warren being hurt in week 1. McConkey, total reach in my opinion. Eckler, I like Eckler, but it feels like a reach. Singletary, a reach. You definitely are the reaching king. There's no doubt about it. But
the positions were so thin that I just had to grab guys. I felt forced, really. All those picks are guys that I don't
excuses. You don't have to ever reach if you don't want to. But your team's still very, very good. I would say that. I would say your team's solid. Dobbs is a pretty good value. Not a fan of really anything past the Adams pick. Like maybe Pittman's good value, I would say. So after the Pittman pick, I'm not like a huge fan. Like even I contemplated Najee, and I'm like, I just can't. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I almost went Najee and then went Warren coming back, but I didn't know if Warren would even last. I didn't know what this community was going to do. Warren fell all the way to the 10.1, so I certainly would have been able to do it. One could say, Smitty, your mistake was not going Najee and Warren instead of me going Mostert and Wright. But to be honest with you, I'm really excited about the Mostert and Wright combo because there's nothing to do with Achane to me. I can root for it and not feel like I'm taking away from Achane. Achane's a compartmentalized Deebo Samuel-esque role in that Miami Dolphins system. So I like your team. I don't think it's as good as Rockouts. If I had to rank, I'd say mine's a little better, but that's just my biased opinion because I like my team. I drafted my players, but it's a good team, bro.
Najee was a bit of a homer pick. Me being a Steeler fan, I was going to take Zamir White there, but you know, my team, when I look at it, it's a lunch pail team, lunch bucket team. Like, they're nothing too flashy, but if they all do their job, you'll watch out for me.
Giancarlo, hold on, he's on the clock. $20 hauler. He says, I'm on the clock right now. Hey, Smitty, 5.3 pick, 1-player keeper league. Players available, Devontae Smith, Higgins, Worthy, Neighbors, Swift, Stevenson, McLaurin, Adunze. Probably Devontae Smith if we're going safety. I'd probably say Neighbors if you want to go a little bit riskier, high reward, high upside. But I would definitely say Smith feels safest. But I took Neighbors over Smith in this draft. So clearly there's room to go either way. I think if you want a guy that's getting all the targets, you're going to go Neighbors, but you're running the risk of him getting some good targets and some bad targets, some catchable balls, non-catchable balls. Sometimes targets don't matter if you get more targets if they're not catchable footballs. But, I mean, I went Neighbors. So I would say, Devontae Smith is just a safe play. I don't know. I go back and forth. Like, looking at my Neighbors pick, I could easily say if I could press the button and switch them, I'd be happy to. I think it's pretty damn even. So I went Neighbors though on just the pure volume that he's going to get, and that territory you're reading off is similar to where I had him. Like, I don't like him at the 2-3 turn or anything crazy. Third drafted player is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hey, Smitty, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where I took Lad McConkey, I was thinking of taking Keon Coleman to get the stack there. What do you think? Would that have been a better pick? Or, like, what's your opinion of those two, like, ranking them together? Like, how do you rate them?
Keon Coleman and who?
Lad McConkey.
I'd take Coleman by a mile, country mile. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you haven't been seeing my content lately. I imagine you haven't, because you would easily know that answer. But it's fine. You can't watch every show. Some people...
Yeah, I've been super busy.
Yeah, but
sorry.
I can tell. But Coleman, to me, is a rising star. Rising star.
I agree.
Plus the fact that he started out as the number one, right? McConkey's that.
Yeah, I think McConkey is maybe not even the 2. We don't know. We have no idea. I know everybody wants to assume he's the 2, but this is Harbaugh. This is Harbaugh. You don't know what Harbaugh's thinking at all. You don't, because everyone said, okay, they're going to be fine. They give Keenan Allen away for a ham sandwich. Okay, well, they're going to take Neighbors. No, they don't. Okay, they can't take offensive lineman they don't even need necessarily, because they'd have to move them into a different spot on the line, right? They can't do what they do. Like, this is nonstop. Okay, they're a run-heavy team. They're going to take Henry or Jacobs or Barkley. They have to, right? This is Harbaugh. Or he'll draft Corum. He does not. You can't predict what he's going to do. You can't predict. And McConkey is kind of a raw talent. Keon Coleman's going to be an absolute baller. Keon Coleman by a country mile. And as Collusion said, he's getting all the targets, the number one targets anyway. Kincaid might be the top wide receiver, sure. But the wide receivers, Keon Coleman is dominating or was in camp and in the preseason, like practice sessions and all that. Like, this guy's ripping touchdown after touchdown from the air, back bending, toe tapping touchdowns. It wasn't like it was like, flag football touchdowns like CMC, when the Niner fan base everywhere was reporting CMC caught a 60-yard bomb from Purdy. And then you watch the clip and he catches it for about 10 yards down, 15 yards down the field, and kind of goes in between about 3 or 4 players, and they all kind of touch him. And he just runs and keeps running, And everyone's like, CMC caught a 60-yard bomb from Purdy. Did you see it? Keon Coleman's raw, one-handed, back-bending, falling out of bounds, toe-tapping. Like, Keon Coleman's a monster, bro. He goes into the most vacated, second most vacated target situation in the NFL in 2024. It's a 58% vacated target, second most. Josh Allen texts this guy. He text messages him the Friday before the draft and says, quote, "You're the guy that I want. I watched a lot of receivers and I want to play with you." Sent this message to him the Friday before the draft. And this team traded twice down into the 2.1. There's no guarantee they were getting Coleman at all. Fastest miles per hour data in the gauntlet drills over the last 2 years. And people say he's slow. Okay. It's going nuts, bro. And on top of that, I don't know if you've seen this, Purdue. I don't know if you can watch the screen right now. But let me give you the real data and science behind why Keon Coleman is going to be an elite stud. If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. All right, boys, I'm going to cycle you off the phone line here.
Smitty, I need to know something right now. I sent you 50 earlier. If I send you another 50 right now, do I own that video?
That'll be a total of $100. Yes, you will. Well, you don't own it, but you will be the number one slot sponsor of that video.
Yeah, that's
absolutely
what I want. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm sending it to you right now.
Well, who's screaming in the background?
Freaking Ron might try
somebody
to
else wants it.
Who is that screaming?
Well,
they,
me,
I was just saying, I know that's right. I was just saying, I know that's right. I know that's right.
huh?
I was saying, I know that's right. Come on now. I know that's right.
Oh, that right? Right. Okay, I got you. Right. I was wondering if someone was getting blasted. Who's yelling that? Who's in the background yelling that? Who is that?
No, I was yelling. I know that's right. I got excited, man.
No, who are you? Is this Alex? I don't know who's who.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotcha, Alex. Thank you. Appreciate you. By the way, just so everybody knows, you can be a sponsor of the video. I'm gonna put your name in the corner, and you kind of have like, hey, play my video rights. You know, kind of like to a degree. You know, like, we're not going to get carried away where, like, if you're the sponsor of the Keon Coleman video, you can't just, like, 5-6 times in an hour ask me to punch it. But, like, once a show or once every other show, you say, hey, Smitty, you know what to do. Punch my video. Russian Collusion says, I want to be the Keon Coleman sponsor. And we'll hit it on the way out, Russian, to close the show. So $100 hauler from him. All right. Real quickly, let me go through everything real quick. Russian, do you have any final thoughts? Appreciate the $100 total. You get to attach your name to that video. What else can I do for you? Anything else? Good draft. Collusion. Bueller. You're on mute. Collusion.
I'm jumping in because I got to jump off. Smitty, it's Purdue here.
What do you think about what do you think about my Worthy pick?
I like Worthy. I think he's good. Purdue, we'll see you later, bro.
All right. I just wanted to say I think Ladd is the next Cooper Kupp, but I have him and Coleman like neck and neck. But yeah, I think Coleman a little slight edge. Anyway, thanks a lot, Smitty. Good drop.
All right, man. Later. Purdue and I argue a lot. Like, we completely disagree. Like, he reached like crazy. I don't mind his team though. He's from that 6 spot. Like the everything to Adams. So Gibbs, Allen, Kelsey, Adams. The first 3 are reaches, but like, it's a good team. But then I don't necessarily agree the rest of the way. But we argue all the time, and He's gonna be hard pressed to be the next Puka Nakua. Puka plays in a McVay system, and McConkey is not even guaranteed to be the number one guy over in his system, and his system, a 5,000 yard potential QB in Justin Herbert is, I believe, the Vegas odds are like 3,500 yards or 3,300 yards is what he's going to throw. Very, very different worlds. All right. Appreciate you. Collusion, final thoughts. And Worthy, the Worthy pick at 6.12, I don't mind it. It's definitely, like some might say high, but I like it. And if you were to have like Mahomes, it's even more fun, but I like the pick. I have Rashee Rice. I'll be honest with you. If Worthy would have made it back, I would have taken him. And I almost took him instead of Mostert. I just needed an RB so bad. So I would have reached for him a little bit and maybe considered him where, a half a round ahead of you. So great pick.
Right. All right. Awesome.
All right, Collusion.
Guys.
I'll play your video on the way out the door, okay? And put your name up there.
Awesome.
All right,
Sounds
later.
good.
Real quick, I got to go quickly, guys. So, Salty Chopper, final thoughts.
No, I'm good. I'm out of here.
Salty, appreciate you. Good draft, bro. Rock out. Final thoughts.
Yeah, to be fair about Travis' team, me and him were basically sniping each other.
Yeah.
Like majority of the draft.
I don't know if you know anybody was sniping you, Rock out. You got pretty much every pick you probably needed. Like you had a good draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rocco, you nailed it.
I mean, he might have sniped Mahomes from you or something, but that's about it.
Yeah, he took Pitts from me.
Okay. I got you.
Oh, well, let's talk, Rocco. Maybe we make a trade.
Yeah, trade already. All right, Rock out. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Alex.
I'll jump to Smitty.
All right, we'll see you later.
Are you going live tonight?
Yes, I will definitely be live there. All right, later, Travis.
See you then. Thanks.
Alex,
Bye.
you got 30 seconds. I'm sorry, bro. I got to go. So.
You're good. I just want to say, Xavier Worthy. I want to go ahead and put him a couple tiers above Rashee Rice. Xavier Worthy to the moon. Rashee Rice, I respect him, but Xavier Worthy, miles in the head above Rashee Rice. That's all I want to say. Xavier Worthy to the moon. Rashee Rice, he's solid.
I love them
Xavier
both.
Worthy to the moon.
Get them both. All right, later. Ron Navy, final thoughts.
Yeah, I got final thoughts.
Oh, God. 20 or so gifted memberships coming in. All right, Ron, appreciate you. 50 gifted memberships coming in from Ron Navy. 50. All right, Ron, appreciate you. Later.
Thanks for waking me up.
Yeah, no problem. Ron Navy dropping 50 gifted memberships right on the screen. Russian Collusion, appreciate you dropping your $100 total tonight. You are going to be the first person. Only 2 people can sponsor a video. And so he will be the first sponsor of the Keon Coleman video. Charles T says, it's 1 a.m. here and I have the Keon music blasting. Well, you're about to have it blasting again in a second, Charles T, because Russian Collusion has just become the sponsor of that video. Smitty, I know it'd be best if we get one of Hurts, Mahomes, Allen, but if we miss out, how do you feel about waiting on JD5? I did that in my draft. I missed out. I took JD5 in this draft, Johnny. So I don't mind it at all. Try and get a good backup just in case, because he is a running quarterback. He is a rookie. Things happen. But definitely not afraid of that. Jay, appreciate you. Mahomes, Hall, Achane, Hill, Worthy, Coleman, Hollywood, McBride, J-Mo. Should I upgrade wide receiver 2? What did we decide on this, chat? I think we got a lot of Debo in London and a lot of AJ. Can we vote one more time for Jay on this? Do we keep Tyreek Hill with Worthy and Hollywood and J-Mo as the wide receivers? Superfish says, give me $100 holler on the Achane video immediately. Superfish has got that one in the bag. We're playing both those on the way out the door, with Superfish claiming first sponsorship of that. Ron Navy, appreciate the wattage. And really, Ron, you drop it all the time. So if you want a Kirk Cousins video and you immediately become the sponsor of that, I'll do it for you. You just name the person you want the video about, Pickens or If you want Pickens or Cousins, you let me know, and I'll create it. I'm pretty sure he's going to say Cousins and Penix Jr. He wants a video for that. But this right here, what are we thinking here? Do we want Debo in London, 1 vote? Debo in London, 1 vote. We've got Ron's gifted memberships are going nuts. They're going to be going for a little while. Ron Navy wants Pickens. He might, but I think he'll want the Cousins and Penix Jr. video. Cousins and Penix Jr. I knew it. Ron Navy. So Ron Navy, for all your gifting you've been doing lately, especially the $50 hauler just right now, you get that, and I'll put your name on it. Remind me if you don't see it within the next like 3 or 4 days. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for the super chats, Superfish and Russian Collusion. And my vote on this real quickly, because I haven't really voted. AJB and Dell says Travis. Debo in London. We've got a keep Tyreek. I'd probably say give me AJB and Dell. I think AJB has a chance of being as close to as good as Tyreek anyway, and you get Dell, and it's so safe to have 2 pieces. Dividing this up into 2 pieces, I'd probably say give me the combo, but make sure you're not giving up something else you're not telling us about, like, oh, I threw in, James Conner or whatever. 10-team QBs, Allen, Daniels, running backs, Achane, Connor, Brooks, Benson, Hubbard, wide receivers, Tyreek. Any moves to make? I would probably say, Josh Allen. I love that. I love that team. You got Benson, Connor. That's crafty. You got Brooks waiting in the wings. I'm going to say, unless it's Devontae and Waddle, I love moving Rashee Rice into the spot. Like, you get rid of Devontae and Waddle together, or Brooks and Devontae, or Brooks and Waddle to get a slightly better player. That's probably where I'm going. St. Brown, you've got Achane already, so Kyron for a Waddle or a Devontae with Brooks, a Waddle, Devontae. Even like Devontae and Connor, maybe keep Benson or something for like a Kyron type of move. But I'm definitely trying to explore that. If I got to throw Hollywood in and not use, Connor, then I would definitely consider that. So that's where I would take that rag. But past that, those are the only 2 players I want to trade on that team. That team is really, really solid. All right. So Superfish with the $100 hauler is the, you could say, the claimant of the Achane video. Okay. So I'm going to take this little number and put this on the video. I might even put like sponsor on the video. And then Russian Collusion is a $100 hauler claimant of the Keon Coleman video. You both are the first people to do this, so you're going to be the first spot sponsor of these 2. This is a $100 hauler from Russian Collusion, sum total, because he dropped 2 50s. So there you go. So Russian Collusion and Superfish, you have just become sponsors of the first videos on the channel. Russian, Superfish. Let me copy these. I'm not going to put them both on. I need to copy both of them just so I have them. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I give you the first play of a sponsored video. Superfish. And then we go to Russian, and then we're out of here.
Achane. Achane is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Achane is the man.
Appreciate you all coming in here. Charles T says, I got an offer, Scary Terry, Stevenson, and $200 fab dollars for my Bijan.
You are offer sex. You are paid offer sex.
Come on, Charles T. That's the worst offer I've maybe heard the entire month. That's the worst offer I've ever seen. You hit no on that, and you absolutely no. 7.3 in a draft players available are Swift, Harris, Adunze, Jaden Reed, Pollard, Addison, McConkey. Give me Adunze in this situation, maybe, but like, is Rashee Rice there? Is Xavier Worthy there? I'll maybe go in those directions. But Adunze maybe is the safest play here, in my opinion. I like Adunze a lot of upside. So that would be that. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all tonight. Appreciate Russian Collusion and Superfish and Ron Navy and everybody else that dropped supers today. I do have to run out the door, so I would normally read off all the super chat people. I appreciate you all. I'll see you all tonight. Peace out. Appreciate you all. Ron, thank you.